Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute and I'm back. I'm realizing that creating content YouTube requires a lot of intentionality, and this year, this was one thing I wanted to do a bit more intentionally. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it, but again, I'm back. I'm trying again. In between like travels, work, life, I'm going to try to record more videos because this platform is really important to me. It's a very important form of expression that I really want to take seriously. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I decided to film a get to know me tag. I've recorded this video before, something around this, but I never put it up. This was like, I don't know how many months, maybe 4 months ago. And now I was watching them like, I don't think I want to post that. I think I want to do something else. Or I want to record it again because it feels like, I'm a different person now. I don't know how to explain that, but I have to record this video fast. I'm currently in Houston and I have to catch a bus to Dallas. I don't want to miss my bus, so but I want to do this video before I leave Houston. So let's get into it. If it's your first time here, my name is Rhoda. On this channel, I share about faith, about fashion, about lifestyle. I mean, life in general, spirituality, prayers, the prophetic gift, and so much more. I mean, this is really an important platform for me to reaching everyone, reaching people, and really expressing myself. So let's get into it. I'm going to maybe do like 12 questions, about 24 questions, 25, but I'm not going to do all 25. So I'm going to do maybe like 12 questions or something, or 10, so it's not too long. Okay, so the first question says, what is the last thing you do before sleeping? This is a bit interesting because my routine like changes every now and then, but most times, like the last couple of hours before I go to bed, are times of prayer, of maybe reading my Bible, or just prayer. And then when I'm done, I then like sometimes go on my phone. I'm not gonna lie. So I think most times the last thing I do before going to bed is press my phone. Oftentimes maybe like go on TikTok, just try to unwind before I sleep, or after I finish like praying and doing all of those things. How often do I use social media? Oh my god, too much, too much. But I think one hack I found and I practice every now and then is, I have like seasons in my life where I delete my apps. I mean, right now my TikTok is currently deleted. In fact, the only reason why I still have Instagram on my phone is because of work. I plan to delete it soon. So typically I'll do like 1 month off. Sometimes it can be longer. I just take time off like these apps. I mean, my Twitter has been deleted now for I don't even know how long, maybe like 4 months, which is so interesting. Yeah, I've not been on Twitter for a long time, maybe 3 months, 4 months, I'm not sure. So I use social media quite frequently also because of work. I mean, now I'm trying to be an influencer or like a content creator. But I also have learned to be able to just take time off and delete my apps. Which social media network is my favorite? Oh my god, this is so easy. It's TikTok. Like, there's just something really relaxing and fun about TikTok. When I go on TikTok, I laugh so much. And maybe that's why like it's like my go-to app before I go to bed because there's just so much. Like I learn, I play games, I stir up my mind on TikTok, I laugh, I'm inspired. There's just so much. And then I feel very comfortable on TikTok. So I can post anything on TikTok. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way about TikTok, but yes. Which is my favorite decade and why? I don't think I have an answer for that question. I'm going to move it. What is my favorite childhood memory? Oh my God, this is also easy. I was in primary four, and it was a prize giving day. So, I mean, I've always been a smart kid. So, I've always been amongst the top three. And then in my school, then, I don't know, I mean, if you went to a Nigerian school, you'd have like different like categories, right, for each class. So you have like primary four, maybe gold, primary four silver, primary four like primary four, but like three different classes. So like I was smart and like in my own class, I always like top my class. But when it's like now the entirety of the whole class, I would always be like either second or third and whatnot. So I remember like that year was primary four, and it was also the year I was leaving secondary school because again, I was smart. My parents wanted me to try to take the common entrance exam into uni, into secondary school rather earlier, which I did, and then I ended up going to GSS 1 from primary 4. But I was in primary 4. I'd gotten invited, like they would always invite all the finalists to like be at like final graduation and whatnot. I wore this red dress. I just cut my hair, so I wasn't even looking good. I was looking very skinny. I remember that picture. I think I tore that picture. I don't even know why I tore that picture. I think I tore that picture like when I was in secondary school or uni. I can't remember because I was just like, oh my god, I look so funny. Anyways, I cut my hair. I wore this like wine dress that I really loved. It had like slim hands. I think I'd always been fashionable as a child. I was just unfortunate, and I mean, I'm thankful that I had like certain restrictions. But this video is not for that. So I've always like just liked style. So I really liked that dress. I mean, I came to school and then it was time for primary 4 and they go like, oh, the top three graduating students in primary 4, and they call the third position and they call like the guy that always comes first in third position or second, I'm not sure. Like I think he is yeah, I think the guy always comes first or he always comes second, one of the two. They called his name in third position. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Like I'm the one that is always third. So I was already like, oh, maybe I came fourth. And I don't even remember being upset about it, right? Because I topped my own class. So I wasn't even like stressed out, but I was just there like, no, I think I felt bad. Like, oh, maybe I came fourth, and I was just there and they called the girl that comes first in second position. And I'm just like, like, okay. And then they called me in first position. Oh my God, the way I screamed, the way I ran, the way I remember that memory so much. I was so excited. I was so happy. I couldn't believe it because it felt like, I always come first in my class, first or second in my class. But in general class, I'll come like third every time, third, third. But primary 4, which was also like the year I was bowing out of primary school, I came first. It was such a beautiful memory. I never ever forget. Like, oh my God. How do I celebrate my birthday? I grew up in a family where birthdays were a big thing and are still a big thing. On my birthday, my dad is always the first person to call me. I'm so thankful for that culture. I remember my childhood. I'd have so many gifts, so many things I was going to take to school the next day. Like my parents always celebrated our birthday. So even now as an adult, birthdays are still a big deal for me. I mean, I celebrate them differently. It depends. So this year, for example, I went on a trip. Now as an adult, I think that that's my favorite thing to do on my birthdays. Go on trips or host my friends. What color do I like the most? I think a fluctuates. My best color for the longest time has been blue, but I also like purple. I also like wine. I like yellow. I love black. Oh my god, I love black. What is the most comfortable item I own? I don't know, but I think pants. Like I really like wearing like loose pants. I like wearing loose pants. Where do you shop the most at? Now, as an adult and somebody that works in fashion, I feel like I make a lot of like made to order clothes. A lot of my clothes are made to order, and then when I travel, I always like go into stores to like see what they have. H&M, sometimes TJ Maxx. I mean, different stores depending on the city I'm in. And when I was in Austria, I went to this store. I can't remember the name, but they had really good things, right? So, but most of my things are made to order. Do I own something I've never won? Hmm. I'm not sure. I own a lot of things, right? People give me things, I get things. I'm always buying things. But I'm also the kind of person that like I get excited about things I have. So I'll most likely wear it at least once. I might not wear it like every time, but at the very least I will wear it once. Um at what age did I start wearing makeup? That's a very random question and I don't even remember. But I remember like when I was done with secondary school, I started doing like lip gloss and lip liner. And my mom used to frown at it because I came from a very religious background, but whatever. Let me see what other one. Okay, which quote inspires you? I love this one. I don't know if it's a quote, but when I was in uni, we had this event and Mrs. Ibukwan came and she said something that has struck me for years. It's one of the principles that I live my life with. She said, where you're coming from might not support where you're going to, and that is fine. At that time in uni, I was this girl full of dreams, loved fashion. I think I started to do a bit of things in fashion. I didn't really know where I was going, but it felt like I was coming from a religious background where it was a crime to wear trousers, to wear earring. It felt like I was coming from a place where I had not seen a lot of possibilities around what I wanted to do. And I had to be comfortable with the fact that, my parents at that time might not support my lifestyle. They might think I'm backsliding. They might think that, I'm in the world, or I mean, I didn't necessarily, in uni, I didn't necessarily like start my career having the support or whatnot that I feel like I needed. I feel like everything I've become and everything I've done today, like with my personal style, with my work, has been me choosing to defy the odds and just learn on the go and be who I want to be. And to the glory of God, the prayer I used to pray then about my parents supporting me, now is such a reality. Like my parents are my biggest fans. They're always so proud of me. And that's just even how life is. Like there's no need to waste time holding on to the attachment of the past or worrying that, oh my God, what if they don't support me? What if they don't like what I'm doing? When you're coming from might not support where you're going, and it's fine. Just go, because at some point they're gonna catch up, especially if you're going in the right direction, or if you're I mean, I remember the next day, like, I'm not even trying to be a bad child. I wasn't even trying to be anything crazy, right? And that quote sort of resonates with my life every time. With new seasons, like, I have zero attachment to the past. Anybody that knows me know I don't have any. I'm not a. I don't. I have a very strong sense of detachment to the past, to people, to things. Like, I'm always pressing on to the next thing, and sometimes it can be, a disadvantage if you're not careful, because you can hurt people, you can become insensitive. But I've learned to balance it. But you must be so intoxicated with where you're going to, like, you don't care about like where you're coming from, you don't care about what you've done in the past, you're just like so focused on who you're becoming and where you're going to. And I think that that's the most important thing ever. And yeah, so that's my favorite code, and I think off the basis of that code, I'm going to share that one of the things I'm going to be doing with YouTube is this series. I'm going to be doing like a transform your life series, or become a better person series. Not even become a better person, become a new you series, right? I don't have a name for it yet, but when I think about my life and my journey, I think transformation has been a very important part of who I've become. Just the ability to be consistently given to transformation. And I want to like share some of the things I've learned, around femininity, around money, around work, around influence, around spirituality, just becoming a new you. So I'm going to start that series, and I'm going to share with you. If you're excited about the series, let me know. But I think this is where I would wrap up today's video. I don't want you to be too long. I mean, there's so much more you need to know about me. Maybe I'll do a get to know me tag part two. But thank you for sticking with me on this video. Like, subscribe, so you get all the updates and everything that I share. Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be so hard for me to explain to people that pink is not my best color, because why is my iPad pink, my nails pink? But anyways, guys, thank you for joining this